Top 10 plot questions from Mad Men. The most awaited season of Mad Men is about to premiere, and hopefully, it will unwind some of the mysteries that this show has laid out. There are so many questions that have been left unanswered by producers in the past seasons. Below, we have compiled a list of the top 10 unsolved mysteries of Mad Men. Number 10. The Curious Case of Glenn Bishop and Betty. There was a season where Betty had a bizarre relationship with Glenn, until Helen, Glenn's mother, noticed all of the flirtatious mannerisms between the two, and decided to confront Betty at the grocery store. Well, this confrontation leads Betty to slap Helen in retaliation. After this happens, Glenn goes underground, and since then has yet to return. No one has seen him or heard from him, so we are unsure what is going on with Glenn or where he is. Number 9. Sarah Beth with Arthur. Even though Arthur had a thing for Betty, Betty played matchmaker between him and Sarah Beth. But in the episode The Mountain King, Sarah Beth tells Betty that she had made a mistake trying to hook the two of them up because Arthur was engaged. That was the last time we heard from Sarah Beth. Number 8. Greg losing residency at St. Luke's Hospital. Joan had always wanted to marry a handsome surgeon, so when she married Greg, their fate was sealed. Until he lost his residency at the hospital. A conversation arose at a party at their house about lung removal, where we saw all of the fellow doctors empathize with Greg, but we still don't know what happened that led to Greg's failed career. Number 7. The Californians. At the end of Season 2 of Mad Men, Dawn moves to California and is instantly seduced by a 21-year-old woman, Joy. We learn little about this woman, except that she used to enjoy intimate relationships with her father, Willie. This encounter between the two of them made Dawn realize that he was not cut out for such a free lifestyle. But we never figure out what the true relationship between Joy and Willie is. Number 6. The mystery behind Baby Jean. In the episode The Fog, Betty has hallucinatory dreams about her father, telling her to be content with what you have. Betty finally sees her baby, Jean, who ends up being a boy, not a girl like she expected. As Dawn is taking Betty out of the hospital, Betty doesn't have a baby in her arms, and Dennis, the prison guard, gives Dawn a guilty look, which in conspiracy theories has been allotted to him having switched the babies. Number 5. Sal getting fired and went cruising? The unemployed art director called his wife from a cruising spot in NYC. He informed Kitty about his late working and hung up the phone. When he walked out of the phone booth, he was surrounded by gay men, which leaves it in speculation whether or not the frustration of him losing his job affected his sexual orientation. Number 4. Where did Duck Phillips's dog, Shaughnessy, gone? In Season 2 of Mad Men, Duck's ex-wife asks him to take back their Irish setter, Shaughnessy, because her new husband is allergic to dogs. Instead of keeping the dog with him, he set him loose outside the Sterling Cooper office, and Shaughnessy vanished. Number 3. What happened between Paul Kinsey and Joan? In the very first episode, we are given clues that Joan and Kinsey were once a thing when she says that he was a mistake from the past. Even though they don't appear to be each other's types, they did date each other for years when they were different people. So what drove them apart from each other? Number 2. Where is Peggy's baby? Peggy went into labor the same day she was promoted to copywriter. A short while after Anita, Peggy's sister, also had a baby. In the Season 2 finale, Peggy tells Pete that she gave the baby up for adoption. But when Peggy is at Anita's house, she peeks in on Anita's baby. Although nothing plausible can be made out of this, there is speculation that Peggy gave her baby to her sister, Anita. Number 1. Don Draper and his isolation. The number 1 mystery in the Mad Men plot starts at the very beginning. How exactly did Don become so successful in the advertising business as he is? Before Don started working in advertising, we know that he lived in Korea and sold cars. But with this information, we are supposed to believe that in 3 short years, he learned enough about advertising to become an ace advertising executive. We know that Roger saved him from his old job, but we aren't given any specific information about exactly what his old job entailed. As usual, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this clip, be sure to like it and leave a comment. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button to see more awesome Top 10 clips. We come out with Top 10 videos just for you every week. You can also now follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and other social media platforms. Check out the links in the description.